This is a case study about how Cory Lee made over 20 grand in sales in just the first 5 days of launching his very first course. Now, here's what's special about this. Cory isn't in the make money niche. He's not talking about relationships, any of the big categories. He teaches people how to travel with their wheelchair. His audience doesn't have a lot of money, and Cory had never launched an online course before and had no idea where to start. So he came to us and we did it for him. We did the market research. We interviewed Cory to get a brain dump of his expertise. We outlined the course, created all the lessons, all the homework assignments. I personally wrote the sales page and all the marketing emails. And the result was $20,000 in just the first 5 days. And I'm pretty sure Cory is going to make at least 100 grand a year of passive income from this course. Let's go talk to Cory so you can hear it for yourself. We ended up at what, 103 sales? Or is it above that now?
I can look really quickly. 106.
Okay.
Yeah.
So over 20 grand. And
yeah, we're at like $21,095, it looks like.
And the majority of that was in, what, about a 5 day period?
Yeah, in the 5 day period, we crossed the 20,000 mark. And then since then, we've gotten five more, maybe.
Yeah.
So,
just
within
those
those first 5 days were the biggest. The fifth day in particular was like the most sales of any day because I think we had so many emails going out that day and did like a big social media push that day and everything.
To give other people context, we set up a waiting list first for the course that was just like an opt-in page that people could join if they were interested. And then we did a push to that page. And then during the launch, then we were pushing to the sales page. Right?
Yeah. So before the launch, I did do a social media post on my Facebook page and then also on Instagram and in my Instagram stories. And I also posted it in a bunch of accessible travel Facebook groups and let them know that I was going to be coming out with this course and told them a little bit about it in the groups and then put a link to like the sign up page for the waiting list.
Cool.
And then on the day of the launch, I did another Facebook post and Instagram post and Instagram stories, and then posted again in all of those accessible travel groups. So it was probably like between 10 and 15 groups on Facebook that are devoted to accessible travel. I posted in all of those, and then I didn't post anything else on social until the fifth day. And then on the fifth day, which was Sunday, I posted again on Facebook, Instagram, and in those groups again.
And then to Curdle, that put, it was well over 1,000 people on the pre-launch list.
Yeah, I think it was like 1,400.
And then from there, we converted like 1 out of 14 into customers on the $200 product.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. Let's go back for a second to the beginning of the process, like when you were just even thinking about working with us.
Yeah.
I know you thought about an online course for a long time.
Yeah.
What kind of prevented you from getting started? What was in the way?
Definitely timing. I'm just like traveling so much and doing so much already in regards to my blog and social media that I felt like I didn't have enough time to really devote to creating a course. So that's as soon as I saw your Facebook post about like this process, I was like, oh, this could be a huge help just to save me a lot of time and also do something that I've been wanting to do for years now and condense like all of my accessible travel knowledge into one place instead of being like when people ask me questions, I'm like, you can read this blog post and this blog post and this blog post, and I'm having to scour my website to find each set of information.
Right.
Now it's all in one spot. I do feel like over time it will be even much more beneficial and a big like, money maker for me just because like I constantly get questions from people like every day. And so now every time I get that question, yeah, I can answer it for free, but I can also be like, for more information, like refer to my course and give them the link that way. So, yeah.
When we started, I know you had a few different ideas for courses. I think you were thinking about one focused on airlines was
Yeah.
one more general purpose. And
Yeah.
we figured out through the market research that the general one was probably the smarter play. How important was that process?
Yeah, I think it was really helpful just to like have that information from you guys and you're doing the research and I do think you guys like had a lot of great ideas, especially like in the very beginning because I didn't know how to structure a course at all. I've honestly not taken that many courses. The whole process for me was like very new. And so I really didn't even know like where to begin at all or what the course could be like. And then through the market research and everything, like we found out who does this benefit? What exactly are they looking for? And yes, I mean, I think it definitely helped.
Awesome. And for the course creation process, was that the time savings you were looking for? Was it more time, less time? How did that end up?
I mean, I think it went really smoothly, and I'm happy like with the timing.
Awesome. And we're continuing. By the way, Pat told me that they added 35 custom images to the course today. So that's
Oh,
we're continuing to make little upgrades to
yeah,
things
yeah,
for you here and there.
yeah, good, good, thanks.
What about the tech setup? Did that save you time?
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I'm like not good with technology. I know I should be like as a blogger, I should know how to do this by now, but that is definitely where I fell at. So, yeah, I was like constantly messaging Pat questions about how do I set this up or how do I do this or how do I add you guys like to my account for like Aweber and like my email list and everything. And they were like super helpful, made it like easy for me to understand. I was glad that they guided me through that whole process of setting everything up and getting my Kajabi account going and all of that.
Awesome. And I know that there was one point in the beginning where you were thinking about putting things on hold, that it was a lot to juggle, and you ended up deciding to go forward with everything.
Yeah.
Are you glad you did it?
Yeah, for sure. I am really glad that I did it. I think, and I'm really happy to have already like made the money back that I like invested into the course within
Mhm.
like just those first 5 days. I think is amazing. As I was saying earlier, now I have this as a long-term answer to the questions that everybody's asking when it comes to traveling as a wheelchair user. So I can constantly like give them the or send them like the link to the course as a
Mhm.
referral. I think long term, this is definitely the way to go. So,
My hope for you would be just off of this course, at a bare minimum, 100 grand a year.
yeah, I did set up like a banner ad of the course on my website yesterday, finally. Finally got back home to do that. But there is more that I'm like wanting to do on my website to be able to promote the course further. When people go to my website, I do think the more that I like really put into it and getting it out there, the more I could make from it. At this point, I'm thinking everything is profit at this point. So
Yeah.
I'm only making 5 sales a month, that's still like an extra $1,000 a month. Anything at this point is profit.
Is there anything that went wrong that we can improve on?
During the course creation, like when I was reviewing like the course, some of the things were maybe a little inaccurate or a little differently than I would have done it. But like in terms of the information. But as soon as I gave the notes back to the team, they went in and fixed it like very quickly. I wouldn't even say that that was even an issue because everything was fixed as soon as I gave that input, which was really great and I appreciated. And I love that everyone was so responsive. I think that was like the most helpful thing is if I ever had a question throughout the entire process, like I could just like send it in Slack, and usually within 5 minutes I had an answer. So everyone was super responsive. I honestly cannot really think of any major issues that I had through the whole process.
And that's it. I'm so excited for Cory. If you want to see the sales page, I linked to it down in the description. And if you'd like me and my team to help you create a course of your own, you can find the link for more info.